Hi, good day. How are you all doing? You're welcome to another episode of Smart Parenting Tips with Oluwatoyin Ogunkomi. I am a psychologist. I'm also a family life practitioner. I help parents to build, to understand, to connect with the adolescent so that it becomes easier for them to influence this adolescent into becoming well balanced adults in the society. Today, I'll be talking about self esteem, five simple and practical ways we can boost our children's self esteem. And when we talk about self esteem, what is self esteem? I can simply say self esteem is having a positive regard for yourself, having a positive regard for yourself, having confidence in your abilities, in your person, and in things you can do. That's what self esteem is. And for teenagers, due to the fact that they are transitioning from children into adults or from childhood into adulthood, this period could be a bit turbulent because there are lots of changes that would happen. For some teenagers, this period is when their self confidence will dip. For some other teenagers, this period is when their self confidence will increase. However, what will determine whether a teenager's self confidence will dip or increase is the stability in the home, the stability that mommy loves me, daddy loves me. So that's why it's important as parents that we know that our children's self confidence, our children's self esteem starts from the home. One of the things I tell parents is that, see, one thing you need to know is that for your child to develop a healthy self esteem, it has to start from the home. It has to start with you, the parents, loving them, accepting them, treating them right, acknowledging their abilities, and ensuring that they know who they are. These are things that can help your children to boost their self, to build their self-esteem. So what are the things we can do as parents? Like I said, I want to give five simple and practical ways we can help our teenagers to boost their self-esteem. First thing we can do as parents is we need to love our children unconditionally. If you've watched any of my videos, you will know that this is one of the tenets, one of the things I say the most when it comes to parent-teen relationship. Loving your teenager unconditionally is one way of boosting their self-esteem. When your teenager knows that, oh, my parents love me, not just by saying it, but also showing me that they love me. Another way we can show our children, or we can let our children know that we love them, is by letting them know the special things they do, or the things they do that makes them special in the home. That is first step, or first simple practical ways in helping our children to boost their self-esteem, by showing them and telling them that we love them. This is very important. Another way we can show, or we can boost our children's self-esteem, is by letting them know that we value their efforts and their successes. How can we do this? By commending their efforts and commending and applauding them when they are successful in things they've set to do. As parents, it's very important that we give them tasks in the home, we give them chores, we give them responsibilities. When they are good in when they do these things right and they are successful or they do it well, it boosts their self-esteem. As parents, we need to give them responsibilities in the home, not just responsibilities in the home. Let's also give them responsibilities in the community, like helping out in them either a motherless home, the shelter, or um, helping friends. Just something that makes them feel good, makes them know that they are capable of doing things and achieving those things. Setting goals with them, giving them this gives them a sense of purpose. When they set goals and they achieve those goals, that's another way of helping them to boost their self-esteem. The third thing I want to talk about is us respecting their opinions and their ideas. I realize that in some homes there are children, that teenagers that are not allowed to talk in terms of not allowed to share their opinions or share their ideas. The parents say, oh, it's the parent thing. And each time they come up with an idea or they come up with a suggestion and we don't respect those suggestions or those ideas, it kills their morale and it affects their self-esteem. So as parents, it's important that we allow them to hear their opinion. It's important that we allow them to voice what they have, what they thought they have, their opinions, their ideas. Let them share it with us. It's also important that we make them part of the decision making process in the home. You might not agree with their opinion or their ideas. However, it's important that we acknowledge these ideas. It's important that we respect these ideas. It's not that we shut the ideas down or we kill the idea even before they even bring it up. So that's another way of boosting their self-esteem. Tip number 4 it's us acknowledging their feelings. One of the things we need to know about teenagers is that during the teenage years, adolescent years, they have loads and loads of emotions. Some have mood swings. They have loads of emotions. And it's important as parents that we acknowledge these emotions. We, to them, these emotions are valid. All emotions are valid. However, as parents, when we acknowledge these emotions, it's also our responsibilities to teach them how to regulate appropriately, how to regulate themselves and regulate their emotions appropriately. A teenager that is able to understand his emotion, a teenager that is able to regulate his emotion or manage his emotion will become a teenager that is self-confident, because the teenager would be able to identify his triggers, would know the body cues, would know what is happening to him or her. So as parents, it's very, very important that we teach them emotional intelligence. We guide them in understanding their emotion, in regulating their emotions, so that when they are responding, so they will respond instead of reacting to the emotions going through them. Tip number 5 is that we encourage these children to be interested in activities. One of the things I realize now is that we're in the Gen Z, we're in the 21st century, and almost every teenager is hooked to their phone or to their devices. So it's important as parents that we let them learn other skill sets. We let them learn other life skills, social skills. These, when they learn other skills, it boosts their self-confidence. It will boost their morale when they know they are good at something. And not just knowing they are good at something, we the parents, we also commend them and acknowledge these things that they are good at. So I think I've given 5 tips, right? But let me give a 6th one. Teach them to love themselves. It's very important that we teach our children to love themselves. Ask them, what do you love about yourself? One of the things I do is I tell them to write things they love about themselves. I tell them to write affirmations about themselves. And there's this simple trick I do. Look into the mirror. Speak to yourself in the mirror. Say those things you've written down. Say to yourself in the mirror. So you could say things like, oh, Oluwatoyin, you are great. Oluwatoyin, you are intelligent. Oluwatoyin, I love the fact that you're very resourceful. That is another way of helping or boosting our children's self-esteem. When they love themselves, when they love everything about themselves, their strengths, their abilities, their weaknesses, their flaws, they've accepted themselves. That is when will have a healthy self-esteem. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please keep coming to this channel to learn tips on how you, a parent to a teenager, can understand, connect with this teenager so that you can influence them positively. Have a nice day. Bye.